Alright, I just finished rinsing out some sample t-shirts for a potential custom order in the planning stages. I'll throw in a clip of those sample tees right before I rinse them out, and I'll also show you what they look like once they're out of the dryer in a few minutes here. And then I just came back outside as the sun is starting to set to grab these shirts, well, tank tops rather, that I pulled out of the soda ash they were soaking in earlier, and I'm going to probably tie those up into some Mindscapes tonight, especially because I've been selling a whole lot of Mindscapes as of recently. I also have quite a few ready to ship designs that are also heading out, and as usual I'll put some pictures up on the screen to give you a better look at the designs that are folded up here in front of me. Except for one order, I'm actually just waiting on an email response from the person who bought this tank top here, because on my website I listed it as a size large. What does that tag say? Definitely not a size large. I emailed the person who bought it to see if they would like either a refund or to go ahead and keep it even though it's a size bigger than they expected. My delivery for a whole bunch more blanks came in, so I've got 3 packages there. I'm about to unbox and sort everything by size, fold it, put it away in the designated drawers because I see it right behind me over my shoulder. Follow up on the tank top I mentioned just the other day that was listed as a size large, and right as I was packaging it up to ship I realized it was actually an extra large. I finally got in touch with the buyer. They opted for a refund, so I still have this tank top available, and it is now correctly listed as an extra large. Quick update on how this big order is coming along so far. For every few that I rinse out and wash, a couple of them are coming out of the washer with a sort of shadowy staining, like a really diluted shadowy cast from the navy blue dye, and I am completely dumbfounded and at a loss because I've been so careful to rinse the dye on each individual shirt incredibly thoroughly, and I also wash all of them with a professional textile detergent designed to permanently seal in the dye as well as lift and remove any excess dye particles that haven't bonded to the fabric. And I'm already running behind schedule on completing this custom order as it is, and now I'm feeling really discouraged and really nervous to complete the remaining tees I still have to dye, but I've got no choice but to keep going if I'm gonna get it done. At least I got lucky with very mild wind today for once in my life, it seems. So here's an example of how the t-shirts for this custom order are supposed to look. So these 2 here came out pretty much perfect, I'd say. They have no staining whatsoever, at least that I can see on the white part. This third one right over here also came out pretty perfect, I'd say, except for this random speck of dye, which is totally different and separate from the staining I've been mentioning. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera right now. This one right here has some of those shadowy stains I mentioned. I have been absolutely racking my brain trying to understand what could possibly be causing the navy blue to transfer over to the white part of the shirt when they go into the washer without a single stain in sight. Otherwise, I will keep you guys updated on how the rest of it comes along. I also have a couple other made-to-order shirts I need to do for some other orders. I have 2 geode patterns and a splatter pattern to dye, all of which I already got tied up over the course of the last couple of days. Now I just need to dye and ice dye them tonight. Also now have to tie up a couple more tees to re-dye for this custom order ASAP, so I'm gonna do that tonight as well. Right now I'm outside grabbing some quick pictures and video clips of these shirts that I've got for that big custom order so far that I need to hurry up and send over to the buyer. This order's been real challenging so far, much more so than I could have ever expected. So I have them split into categories of the ones that came out good and just as they expected. But then I also have some that came out good in terms of the white center being actually white, not stained with any transferred color. However, the reason they're separate from the rest of the ones that were satisfactory is because the dye job on them didn't come out looking all that great in my opinion, because I apparently didn't saturate them enough and therefore the color isn't as opaque and consistent. So I wasn't very happy with those, and that's another thing I've really been stressing myself out about. Now I'm gonna hurry up and grab some pictures and video clips of the ones that are stained in the parts of the shirt that are supposed to be white. I just ran inside to grab a concoction of chemicals that I used for a previous custom order where I had a similar issue when I was making some shirts that featured horizontal stripes with green and black but a white center. That was about a year or so ago, and I had the same issue with the black dye transferring to the part of the shirt that was supposed to remain white. I need to hurry up and get this done right now because my whole point is that I went inside to grab what I needed to start attempting to fix the few shirts, and I swear it was sunny when I went inside, and as soon as I came back out a few minutes later it looks like it's about to start raining any second now. Now I need to pack everything up and take some of the shirts and the clothing racks back inside. Then I'm gonna take all of the tees that have that undesirable shadowy staining on the white parts of them into the garage so that they don't get further ruined by the rain. Probably throw my little magic concoction on the shirts in the garage and leave them in there for a few hours and come check on them. And while they stay in there doing their thing, I need to dye some of the shirts I need to redo for this order. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you some of the struggles I've been facing and what I'm gonna do to attempt to fix it. Those teas that I was applying what I called a magic mix fix to yesterday outside, I ended up leaving those outside overnight, and now I'm about to attempt to rinse them out a little bit before I throw them in the washer. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this is how that one that had the bright blue dye stain on the back of it came out. In my opinion, that's pretty damn impressive. It's almost invisible. Right now, I'm just preparing a couple more orders to take them over to the post office. The first thing I've got right here is technically one of my made-to-order designs. I call it like the purple slime splat witch or something like that. And in this particular case, I'm so grateful that I had one already pre-made in the size they ordered. That's a huge, albeit far out goal of mine when it comes to mission De-procrastination, where I'm able to have both the time and inventory on hand to make ready to ship pre-made versions of the designs I offer as made-to-order. But like I said, that's definitely a far out goal considering all of the plates I'm already spinning, or at least attempting to spin at once. Then right here, I've got a psychedelic symmetry and 2 mindscapes all shipping out together. This one right here in particular is one of my all-time favorite mindscapes I've made as of recently, and I'm kind of sad to see it go, although at the same time I am surprised I've had it around for as long as I have. And then very lastly, I'm just shipping out a couple of the samples that are finished for that big order. These are some that actually just came out of the dryer that I rinsed out earlier after doing my magic fix attempt to them, which actually worked out pretty well, I'd say. So I'm sending those off to the buyer so they can see them and get started on screen printing them while I finish up the rest of their order this week.